Continuing our daily shows as part of Nutrient Management Week on the Dairy Edge, today Grass10's John Maher talks to Mike Ahern, winner of the 2024 Grassland Farmer of the Year.
So I suppose to set the scene, Mike, then you have a good grass supply at the moment.
Yeah, we're around the 750 closing there in late November.
You're going to need this when we set the scene in terms of the cows calving down, calving rate, demand. Help us out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's going to be a big demand. We have a 90 hectare platform. There's 300 cows to be calved. They calve rapidly. There's 90% 6 weeks, so we'll need the grass.
Now, one way of boosting grass supply in the farm, Mike, is to look at the whole area of fertiliser N application and slurry. But today we're going to focus on the fertiliser piece, if that's all right. Yeah. So your plan in terms of fertiliser application for the spring, we start with the first application?
Yeah, my first application will be 20 units, so 25 kilos a hectare of protected urea. That'll be going on covers of excess of 1,000 kilos. That then will cover me for the start. So it's very important I get that on, but I won't be going on till soil temperatures are above 6 degrees and ground conditions are good. I know it's not miracle grow, so I won't be wasting it.
It is fair to say that you have a dry farm and a warm farm. It is fair to say that from what we know. And I suppose the other thing is, you talk about soil temperatures and the weather. The Grass10 newsletter will supply the soil temperatures for the country, so that it's a tool to help people. You also have access now to slurry, and you actually have access to different forms of slurry as well. But not all the farmers going to get the first application of fertiliser. Just explain for the people listening how you're going to manage between the slurry and the fertiliser in the first application.
Yeah, well, I suppose as soon as conditions allow now in the next couple of weeks, we'll be going with slurry on the lower covers.
How high a cover would you look at the cut-off for, this will get fertiliser, this will get slurry?
Yeah, I suppose weather dependent. You don't want to be tainting the grass, so 750, 800 maybe. As it's an open tank, it will be watery.
Yeah, and we know that, when you talk about watery slurry, it traps nitrogen more so, and we get more bang for our buck.
Yeah, and it really does work in the colder soil compared to the protected urea. I feel that slurry really does work in the January period.
I suppose to follow on, Mike, you'll end up applying probably 2/3 of the farm with fertiliser nitrogen in early February if everything goes according to plan.
Yeah, if weather conditions allow, we might try and do a bit more with slurry, but whatever doesn't get slurry will get fertiliser.
Right. So follow on, Mike. Right. Your plan to get grazing as soon as possible. You start calving into January.
Yeah.
Once you have a bunch of cows.
Out to go.
You have a long grazing season now. We know that you're over 300 days. Yes. All right.
Yeah, I'm lucky with the ground I have, so I may as well play to my strengths. So
we'll follow on. The next application of fertiliser will be roughly when? Are you on a 2-split, 3-split strategy to early April? And roughly how much are we talking about here, Mike?
Yeah, I suppose I'm at a 2.5. Yeah, the next round will probably go to the end of February, and that will probably go a bit stronger. That'll probably be 30 units maybe, because I need to grow grass at that stage, especially coming into that March period. That's my pinch point.
Okay. Yeah. Why do you need all this grass, and why are you so focused on it, Mike?
Oh, sure. Tis the cheapest feed we can grow, like 1 to 2 to 3. So one being grass, 2 forage, and 3 ration. So if I can keep the 2 and the 3 down, that's in my pocket.
Yeah, look at it. Look, you're a strong advocate for early application of fertiliser and slurry, but in terms of response, some people question that. Right, for you, in terms of response, how much grass you get per kilo of nitrogen? You've outlined the way cheaper grass. So it's fine. We all know that.
Yeah, sure. From all the signs, from every 1 kilo of nitrogen applied, we're getting, in the springtime, 10 to 15 kilos of grass.
And you think that's worthwhile, Mike?
That's bang for buck, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I suppose to follow on further, then roughly by the time we get to late March, early April, how much will have been applied in terms of nitrogen on the farm?
Yeah, should there be 50 units to 60 units, probably closer to the 60 units applied before the start of the second round.
Between slurry and fertiliser.
Yeah,
that's the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Now, you've also invested in technology here in 25, Mike, last summer, if I remember correctly, to, get the most out of this nitrogen fertiliser application, I suppose, in the spring. You just might explain.
Yeah, I suppose, sure. We have the technology on the tractor, so We added it to it last year. We bought a fertiliser spreader with GPS and section control and all that jazz. The idea is if I can save 5-10% spreading it, that's growing grass. That's what I need to do. Definitely, like we map the whole place with GPS, so it's a lot easier for the operator when he drives in the field. The paddock comes up on the screen. He types in how many kilos he wants to spread. Like coming into the summer months, if it's a clover paddock, it's easy just to knock it down. It's operator friendly.
So the operator friendly is one issue. The accuracy of fertilizer is another issue.
Yeah. Like even on the technology where it's going, like we can do zones in the field. So around water trucks, we can cut the fertilizer down around gaps, anywhere cows will be lying down under a hill. We don't need to be spreading excess nitrogen there. The cows are doing that already.
So it's all there to improve the efficiency of nitrogen.
Yeah, definitely. We want to use every grain.
Hopefully the spring comes well.
We're all hoping that.
Yeah, you have a big demand.
Yeah.
You need this grass.
Yeah.
Right? Your cover's on target.
Yeah, it's been a good enough.
But even allowing that with the big demand, this fertilizer application of early nitrogen is very important to you.
Definitely.
And your bias is for about, 25 kilos in the month of February and heading up to closer to 40 in the month of March.
Yeah.
To have about 75 kilos or 60 units.
Thereabouts, yeah.
By early April.
Yeah, definitely.
In quick summer.
We need it. The engine will have to be running by the time the second round starts.
Thanks, Mike, for that.
Thanks, Fred.
Don't forget to join us again tomorrow when John Maher speaks to John Corbett of Grassland Agro about setting up the fertiliser spreader for the year ahead.